What's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Fans. I'm Kevin, and we're here to talk about Big Brother 25, the eviction episode
The
slash
resurrection
the
episode.
resurrection episode. Today we're here with Sheldon Kiley, and we have CJ here. What's going on, guys?
What up?
We made it, y'all.
I have to say, there was a whole lot of nothing last night. A whole lot of nothing.
Literally.
I partially agree. I feel like we
Minus-
got a lot of stuff.
Minus the Matt, Jag, Cameron stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The
That is what I'm
first
getting at.
20 minutes was solid. Obviously,
Yes.
we have to have the competition. And then the last 20 minutes was literally nothing. We talked to an evicted house guest that we've already talked to once before. We talked
They didn't really talk to him last week, though.
we talked
we
enough.
didn't.
We talked enough, CJ. We
disagree.
don't need to hear anymore.
I disagree
And
only
we got
because
to see him leave the house again. And I was
Well,
like,
hold
get
on.
the fuck out.
Hold on. I because Cameron was already there, we really did not get to talk to him. But if it was Cameron that came out, yeah, I'm with you. We had already talked to him like enough to get all of his thoughts. But because Jared was going right back in like immediately, we didn't hear enough from him. So hearing the things that we heard in terms of like what his thoughts were, it was good to hear. All of it was bullshit, but it was still good to hear.
Yeah.
The hard part about Jared's bullshit is that I don't know that is bullshit to him.
Well, I don't know. No, it's not bullshit to him. He believes everything he said. Like, he is so into himself.
He gaslights
I know we're
himself.
skipping far ahead, but
Yeah.
the only part about it that I liked was it's so clear he loves his mother, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
That is
he
the only
truly
redeeming
thought that
quality
he
of
was-
him.
But it's lunacy to think that he actually in some way has been protecting his mother in any significant like he has overinflated his abilities in this game.
Yeah.
The thing is he was his mom's spy, and now nobody is there to feed his mom information. She's gonna have to go get it herself. Which
Yeah,
she's gonna do
Yeah,
100%.
but
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. So
I mean, once he was not working in a spy type role, which kind of happened after week 3, he's just been more of an albatross around her neck than anything, because he was fantastic in the spy role, being able to work on the other side. But he didn't realize that, like, with a lot of spies, the job was over. Like, the job was done, and you needed to go get another job doing something else. But he just then
not destroying her game. Something
correct. And there's things that he did, and we'll talk about it, because I'm really excited to have this to talk with this episode, because I want to talk about Jared's game completely and where the house can be set up for the future. I don't know why you're making that face. This is the end
Why
of
do we
talking
need to talk
about
about
Jared.
his game completely? Like, let's talk about his game the last 5 days since we talked last.
Well, because I feel like
This isn't a Jared retrospective. There's nothing to say about him.
actually I disagree. I feel like we need to talk about exactly how we got here in terms of like not him, because he was in a great spot. And then he like
No, he wasn't. He got evicted. What are you talking about?
no, Kylie. Before
Jared's not in a good spot. Cam's not in a
He
good
was in a
spot.
great spot.
no.
6
Cam's in
months
a great
ago.
spot. He's back at the house.
Yeah, he was in a great spot literally like less than a month ago. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was in a great spot. He ruined his own game, and I want to talk about that. That's what I'm getting at.
And it's all
That's what
from
I'm
his
getting
own behavior. That's the worst part.
Yes, from his own perspective, from him being himself, and that's why I want to talk about it, because I know you're very upset. I don't know why, but like
But
we're
Kylie, that face.
He's already
Kylie-
been evicted.
Kylie, you're
We've already
anti-Jared.
talked about him.
we didn't really talk about when
We
he went
did.
out.
Me and Sheldon did last week.
Oh, me and CJ were not here to talk
Yeah.
about.
Okay,
Not our
no, hold
problem.
on. That face is really interesting, Kayla. I almost called you Kayla. Who's Kayla? Kylie. Because the truth is, he was
Nice
in
to
a
meet
really
you.
good. He was in an absolutely brilliant spot, and we haven't really talked about it outside of the context of his mother.
Yeah.
And the reason he was in a great spot is Cirie, and he was in a great spot 6 weeks ago, or probably even better 6 months ago before he walked into that house.
I don't even think Sheldon. Like, let's think about it. It wasn't even 6 weeks ago. It was a month ago. When he ruined his own game a month ago. That was it. and he just decided to blow it up, which is crazy because he's stupid.
Hold on, Kevin. He didn't decide to blow it up. He thought that what he was doing was the most genius thing a human could do. So he decided to do the genius thing that he thought that he was doing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it wasn't very genienius.
It was not very genius at all.
Well, just why would you piss off somebody that knows where the bodies are buried?
That's what I'm saying. That's his big, and that's as wild as it is. That's his biggest flaw. And I say this wild because he did a lot of things, but like the other stuff was like hand waved. And then even when he was like treating this dude the way he was, it was when it just became too much. And then it's wild to me when he's like, Izzy really messed up our game, man. I can't believe Izzy did this.
And he believes it. He believes it too. Like
he's the reason Izzy went home.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, didn't get to listen to his exit press today. It will be the most enjoyable thing that I've gotten to do this season when I get to catch up on that. But I can't wait to hear some of the ways he's been enlightened on his perception, you know, how people are perceiving him. And, you know, like, well, Izzy, I think Izzy might have told Blue that you're my mom. Bro.
What thing?
We saw you.
I'm not sure it's true that he is going to be enlightened, because truth be told, like outside of the Twitterverse, the BB Twitterverse, he has been portrayed as an angel. He's been portrayed.
Sure, but those aren't the
those are the people he's going to be hearing from.
That's not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he's tapped in, mind you. He's tapped. Don't forget that. So when he's talks,
he's about to get untapped because
when
they
he talks
like
to Wendell. When he talks to Bryce, and they're like, hey, when you said this and this, when you did this and this is where you messed up. Because they're watching it. They're following it. I mean,
like, this is where you messed up game-wise, and this is also where you have fucked up life-wise, too.
At one point, he had said that he knew that Taylor and Joseph had hooked up in the house. He said that at one point. I don't know that he knew that the Entertainment Tonight reporter for Big Brother is Taylor Hale. So, like, she did not bring it up in her interview, but there's definitely a before part of the interview and an after part of the interview when it's not being recorded. So I'm sure that was like, hey, whether they did or they didn't, why are you bringing that up? Yeah. Like, why did you mention this? Because he knows Taylor Hale before this game, but after she was on Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jared is in a unique spot that the people that he's talking to, he's had conversations or has known who he is. He talks to Sharon from Us Weekly, who's spoken to Cirie multiple times. Like, there's a different level for Jared in terms of these conversations he's having.
Yeah, but this is what my nephews do when they learn something new and they run to tell me, because they're just so proud of this information they have and they can't wait to tell me. Like, that's the same thing that we've been saying about Jared for this. He's an immature child.
Yes.
He has this information and he can't stop himself.
Oh, no. But what I'm getting at is that in terms of him being enlightened, like the people that are going to be talking to him are not just going to be like pundits that are like us on the internet. It's going to be people that he knows.
What, you call me a pundit?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a schmuck in his condo in Toronto. Like, what are you talking about? A pundit? I'm just a guy.
Well, you're only a schmuck because you're above the border.
Okay, if you say so.
But it's. I mean, we have opinions, but it's going to be people beyond us, right? It's going to be people that the people he's talking to are going to be. Not even like family members, obviously, but like people that have like had this experience and are going to be able to tell him from their experience, watching him on his experience. Because my favorite is when we're definitely going to hear him say at some point or another, the feeds don't see everything. We're definitely going to hear him say that. Oh, wow. And he's definitely going to be told by people he trusts and knows, yeah, fam, they do.
What's the most egregious thing he did?
Well, that's the thing. Even if they don't see everything, they see enough.
They've seen enough.
What's the most egregious thing he did?
If you ask Kylie, he said the R word.
Oh, yeah. For Kylie, I
assume the R word. He cheated on his girlfriend of 7 years.
According to him, they broke up, Kylie. That's what he told Taylor Hale.
Well, that's fine.
She wasn't aware
and-
that they broke up.
Probably not.
And he admitted that he doesn't see women as people.
He said that was when he was a kid, Kylie. I know you haven't seen the exit press. He said that was when he was a kid. He wasn't talking about now. He was talking about then. This is the.
Well, what do you mean? When he was a kid? Does he mean last week? Like when does he mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it was like funny, because it's like, I do love Big Brother so much, because when you're coming out the house and you're getting hit with these exit interviews, and unlike Survivor, we just saw in Survivor, we saw a lady quit. She has now lived with the fact that she quit for 7 months, 6 months. She's aware that she quit, right? She knows it. She knew it was coming, whatever. In Big Brother, you get out the house, the things you're hearing about yourself was from yesterday. You didn't know what you did.
Right. And I mean, it is interesting too, because people have like, a list of your actions that they are about to like go off on you about. And
Let me tell you about you.
You've had maybe like 8 hours of like, here's the shit that's fixing to come at you.
Yep.
Yes.
And is that okay though? Because like, look, at
Yes.
the core, you think it's yes, but to some extent I agree. But also, we see them on the live feeds, but this is a small snapshot of who they are as humans.
Right. And this is with them knowing that they are being filmed for a television show. Like you have to think that
I know,
all of
but
these people are on their best behavior.
I mean, Sheldon, we're watching Corey. Corey has been one of the brightest lights in Big Brother history in the house, because
that's a pretty big statement.
No, it's not, because as he sees injustices, he calls them out in the moment while he's in the house.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, ooh, can't say that, my guy. You shouldn't be. That's an interesting take. You shouldn't be doing that. That is even the whole situation with Luke saying the N-word, it was Corey who brought it up himself when Jared's in the room.
Right.
Corey's like, when they kick Luke out, they're sitting on the couch, and he's like, hey, man, so I was in the room, and he did say the N-word, and Heisen's like, I didn't hear him say that. And Jared definitely did, and Jared had nothing to say. But Corey's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, because I am extremely uncomfortable about this. And
I have to say, this is part of the reason, not that I would ever be cast on one of these shows, but this is the only, what?
It's hard to play.
This is the only reason why I would be afraid of going on a show like this.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows your soul unless they know your soul. Nobody knows who you are unless you're good friends, your family, you're that close. And there's only so much you could give in a month or two on a television show, right? Yep. And you're watching them, but you don't know who they are deep inside. And then you come out and people are going to vomit on you and call you names. Deservedly so or not. It's scary.
I've been fighting people on the internet about Cirie every day. I get you.
Why?
Because people are mad because she's mean. She's a mean girl. And she just puts them down. And she's just so vile and disgusting.
No, she's not. What?
Thank you. I've
never seen any of that.
Like you said, Sheldon, but because she was making fun of Bowie Jane, and Izzy's also terrible.
Everybody makes fun of people,
weren't we all?
I mean, you got to cut people some slack to an extent. And I dislike Jared a lot. I don't want to ever have the experience of crossing paths with him. Like, I'm not going to be following him on Twitter. If I ever get to go to one of these events and he's there, I'm not going to be lining up to meet him. Do I think that Jared is like, let's just write him off. He's 25 years old and there's just no hope for him? No, I don't think so. But does he have a lot of growing and learning to do? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Glad I don't have to be a part of it. But the people that know him and love him, like you said, Sheldon, they're going to be there and they get to help him pick up the pieces. And that's part of life, but it is also part of life when you go on this show that does have 24-hour live feeds that you have to answer to your actions.
So BB
So-
wants
You're
to know,
100%
Kylie,
right, and it
will
again.
you not be
No.
inviting Jared over for Thanksgiving?
Cirie, yes. Jared, no.
Cirie, yes. Izzy, yes. Auntie Felicia, yes.
Oh,
There you
Felicia, she can move in.
What about new daughter-in-law Blue?
Oh,
No, Blue. Blue on the television show, yes. No, Blue on the feeds,
Blue on
yes.
the feed,
Blue on the
Blue,
television
yes.
show, no.
TV show, no. Blue.
Yeah, the DR Blue, she's not invited.
she wasn't that bad in last night's episode since we haven't spoken about the episode yet.
A couple.
We're-
There was sometimes she wasn't bad. She also opened the episode by saying, "Girl," and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
All right, let's get into the episode because I feel
We're
like
16 minutes in.
Well, I mean, because the episode itself, like Kylie said, a lot of it is just the comp. We see the ending of the first part of the competition, and then we get Cameron doing his own competition. But the reason we wanted to make sure we talked today was because I want to talk about setting up the rest of the week, and I wanted to talk about Jared and his eviction. But I mean, we're talking about it. That's what I'm saying. We've talked about it. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I want to talk about Jared. So, getting into the episode, we get a previously on with a nice, scary themed breakdown of the previously on. Yeah. What did you guys think of that?
It was awful.
Fun thoughts.
Look, I'd rather them try to be creative than not, and try to be creative and fail than just give up. So thank you, but never again.
My favorite previously on was the double eviction one when they were like, "We don't have time. Jared's HOH. Cameron's going home. Here we go."
That was
Best one. Best one.
That's what we need.
So
we watched this shit 24 hours ago. We definitely need a reminder.
So we are now in the third part of the Resurrection Rumble. Didn't even know this thing had an official name. Obviously it does. We're in the third part of the Resurrection Rumble, and we start off with Cameron having a bit of a lead over Jared. He had a four ball lead, and now, mind you, as we talked about before, the way Jared went about the competition to begin with, ridiculous. You got to have balance. You got to be patient. The kid just running up and down, and sure enough, here he is trying to catch up on Cameron, who's working steadily and slowly. The end of the day, Cameron pulls out this comp win with the official score of 30-0.
He skunked him.
I say official score because Jared, seeing that Cameron was trying to be at the end, decided to try to like run, knocked all the balls off.
That's the thing though. Like Jared was power stomping his way through that competition.
Never figured out.
Fee, fi, fo, fum up and down that seesaw beam. And I'm like, bro, slow down. Like, take your time.
And his mother told him to take it slow.
Than how he approached the entire game. I mean, I think there's some parallels here.
It's the be quick but don't hurry.
It was Sheldon said. So he constantly said, slow down. And he constantly just tried to go quick. And thus, Jared does not have the fate in his own hands. And it was funny watching Jared sit there like after he lost, because it reminded me of like when someone like loses like the Super Bowl or like loses the NBA Finals, and they're like sitting on the court and they're like watching the people celebrate. And it was that feeling. I don't know if you ever see. I don't know how big of an NFL fan you are, Sheldon, because I know you're in Canada. But one of the things that I never will forget is watching Stephon Diggs watch the Chiefs like celebrate their like AFC championship and like standing like further back. Stephon Diggs is a wide receiver and he's just standing there by himself watching them celebrate. And that's what Jared reminded me of. As he sat there.
It's funny because watching Jared, I'm looking at him and at first I'm like waiting for me like, don't tell me what to do, Mom. The whole time Cirie's like, slow down. But then when he goes in the room and he's crying and Cirie comes in to comfort him and then Felicia comes in to comfort him and she's like, your mom would tell you this, not knowing Mom is sitting right there. Already been told him that. I was like, well, Felicia at least knows what Mom would say.
And well, no, not quite, because Felicia's like, it's okay, Jared. You just keep your head up. It's not over. And Cirie's like, your mama would tell you to buck up.
Your brothers will tell you to buck up.
Your brothers. She said your brothers. She said your brothers.
Your brothers tell you to buck up, and your mama would say, "Stop being a little bitch."
Well, we got them comforting him, and we hear Felicia say, we're a family and families fight. But other than that, I'm like locked in with these two. And that was one thing that I really enjoyed about watching the feeds this week, was watching Felicia and Mimi realize that like they kind of do need the brown sugar babes to a degree. Felicia does a little bit of other work, but for Mimi and Felicia, realizing that they don't really have much choices.
Nope.
And they didn't really want to get rid of Jared. Like they wanted to get rid of Jared in the moment, but now here it is in hindsight. They're behind the 8 ball. Earlier, they didn't show it in the episode. Mimi did talk about like, bro, we're lined up. It's gonna be you, Jared, first. Then it's gonna be Cirie, then Felicia, then myself, and then Bowie Jane. Like we're lined up. It sucks, but this is where the things were at the time. And it's wild because like they were in such a good position just 3 weeks ago.
Only Jared hadn't effed it all up for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's two.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm
threefold.
going to take a little bit off Jared. If only Cirie and Izzy hadn't effed it up by evicting Heisem week 2, because
It's threefold.
It's
It's
been
threefold.
downhill for them since
Kylie,
then.
it's threefold. It's evicting Heisem, then Jag coming back in the game,
Yep.
and then Jared messing it all up.
Yeah.
Because if Jag's gone, Cameron gets his way or whatever, Jag's gone, you could use that power later on or what have you, and now it's just Matt, and that's one less of these competitors in the house.
Yeah, but folks, like hindsight's 50, like
2020, of course.
right? Not 50-50. It's
Well,
2020.
Sheldon, yes, hindsight is 2020, but getting rid of Heisem was a bad idea in the moment.
I said that too. Like
Yeah.
I said that back. Why would you get rid of your own number, especially if he has the ability to win? Certainly, but at that point, they were looking at him as a bigger threat to them in the short and long term, even if he was a number for them. It was the wrong call, and Cirie fucked up. Sorry, she did. Like it was.
Yeah, she did. 100%. It was a bad move, but a bad
Right?
move. And the hard part about it is that, like, once you put Heisem on the block, you have no choice but to see it through, my boy.
Mhm.
Like,
can't
that's the
walk it
hard
back.
part. You can't walk it back. No matter what Heisem's telling you, you can't believe him because you just ultimately betrayed him. So,
Although he did do like a little catch up with Rob and Taryn.
yeah, he
And
said
he
he'd be.
said that he would have continued to work with them because he was like, I mean, the other side didn't want me either. So like,
And while that's true, and while he's correct, like I hear him and I heard him then, you
Too
couldn't
scary.
believe it. You couldn't believe it. And it had nothing to do with him. It's because of what you had done, and what you had done to get him up there. It's not like he was up there on accident. Like you pull the wool over the man's eyes, no matter how much he tells you.
I don't want to bring Survivor in, but sometimes you have to deal with people who are working on your team, if they are working on your team, and keep them around, even if you don't like them. Like we see this with Emily last night in Survivor of, you know what? She's the easy one to get rid of because everybody hates her, but she's gonna not do horrifically in challenges compared to others, right? So sometimes you got to keep people around that you don't actually love, and because they're going to be a number for you, because at the end of the day, this is all about, do you have enough votes?
But all that was, I mean, like, we're going to talk about Survivor. All that was Hannah was going home either way.
Well, we didn't know that at that point, but yeah, 100%. My point still stands.
Sheldon, speaking of when they were talking about Brandon over Emily.
Yes, yeah. My point still stands. You have a number. He or she is committed. They might be a piece of crap, but keep him.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and he wasn't even that big of a piece of crap. Like that's the worst part.
Right.
He wasn't. So that's
he
where
was a little condescending. Like,
fine. So
right.
let him condescend.
Being asked, did Cirie's team overplay? If not, how would you characterize it?
Cirie overplayed.
No, it was Cirie's group. It was Cirie's group. Felicia
Cirie
all on board.
All of them. Yeah, they were all
Yeah,
on
they were
board
all on
for
board.
Mimi.
I think a lot of this action was driven by Izzy, though. Like, I think Izzy's paranoia is what pushed
Izzy, Felicia, Cirie, it was all three of them for sure.
Yeah.
And so
And
that
Jared in there too. I mean, I think all of them except for Mimi, which I've been waiting. Like, I was so high on Mimi preseason, and I've been waiting. I'm like, she's about to turn it on. We are 60% through the game.
What do you mean by about? She's been playing.
Show us.
She's just not getting screen time, but she's
Show
playing.
us.
She's not getting screen time, but she's not doing a lot on the feeds either. Like,
Y'all
just talked about it. Like, she's like, yeah, we just voted out Jared, but like, we don't really have anywhere else to go, so we're just going to go back with Cirie.
What do you want her to do?
Work with her.
No, Corey desperately wants to work with
her. But she doesn't want to work with him, and so she's not doing. She's just stagnant.
But she's leaving the option open.
Like,
which is what you do. You never tell someone you don't want to work with them.
I mean, Blue went to Mimi this week and like was trying to garner her votes. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's playing. Like
no, you just said it yourself. Blue went to Mimi this week.
Yeah,
Mimi's just kind of there. She's stagnant. Let's see if she does anything with the final 40% of the game. But right now, she's just.
Then, out of curiosity, what do you want her to do?
Literally anything.
What does that mean?
She's been just, a floater. She's just floating along there.
I'm kind of on Kylie's side.
She's not doing anything more than Bowie Jane. In fact, I would say Bowie Jane might be doing slightly more than Mimi.
But the thing is Mimi is actually working with people and consistently voting with people versus Bowie is just being told what to do.
Look, I kind of agree I kind of do agree overall with Kylie, but I kind of see CJ and Kevin your points. Because the truth is, at some point, she's going to wait so long that unless she is sitting beside somebody at the end who just is such a piece of crap that people really can't vote to win, like, she has no chance. Like, she needs to step up and actually claim some moves, win some like, something has to happen. She needs some resume.
As Taryn Armstrong from Rob Has the Podcast has mentioned, women have only won 2 competitions in this game.
So
there's been 18 competitions.
So what?
I don't need her to win
I need her to do something. She needs a resume.
Right. I mean, if she won a competition, it would put her into the where she's able to start having more conversations. But you look at the other women in the house, Cirie hasn't won any competitions, but Cirie's working her ass off. Felicia, she's moving. She's doing stuff.
She won one. Felicia.
I didn't say she didn't win any. I said
but here's my point. Can we we could do this really
America is doing stuff. Blue, even, especially this past week, is doing stuff.
But all of them are doing stuff because they're under the like those 2 that you just named are doing stuff because they're in hot water. So they had to do something to save their own bacon.
Yeah, like, I mean, Mimi and Bowie Jane aren't in hot water right now because nobody even knows that they're there.
I don't know about that.
It's great to get you further into the game, but
we're not even at jury yet.
I'm not
you can't lose if you never go on the block.
We're not even at jury yet.
Okay, can I ask a question? Who does Mimi in a final 2, if that's what this ends up being? I assume it's the final 3, but let's say it's the final 2. Who does Mimi beat?
She beats America. She beats Bowie Jane.
I don't think she beats America.
I think she beats America.
I don't think she does.
I don't think she beats America because I think Corey gets the house to vote for America.
Matt, Jag, all of them are going to vote for Cameron. He's already guaranteed jury now. They're going to vote
honestly, I think she only beats Bowie Jane. Like, I just don't see Felicia kills her.
As of right now,
murders her. Like I don't know who she beats. That's my point. Like, she doesn't have anything to say.
Right, and I'm not saying that she can't. I've just said that she's got 40% of the game left, and I need to see her do something. And I'm just
listen.
I've been waiting. Like, I'm expecting her to turn it on, and as of right now, she's not. She's not changed anything. She's been stuck on speed 2.
This is a 7-person jury. We're not even at jury yet. If what you're saying, Kylie, I think has a lot of merit. If we get down to jury and nothing's happened. She right now, just like Bowie Jane, let's hang the fuck out. We need to hang out till we get there because everyone else's heads getting chopped a little early.
Look. I also have to say to be on Mimi's side. I kind of wish I would be playing a Mimi game if I was in that house. I'm in the house. Everybody likes me. Nobody doesn't like me. Everybody seems to want to work with me, and I still have time to do things. The only difficulty is you have to turn it on at that point.
This week, right here, if Felicia wins the veto, Mimi's going home, and she never turned it on.
Kylie, what are we? You were just stepping on my toes here. This is
everybody's watching this. They already know this shit.
No, this happened literally an hour ago. Relax, Kylie. Jesus. Just moving forward.
Also, Felicia's gonna win and veto.
Listen, we're not there.
Felicia's won 50% of the female wins this season.
She has 50%. She's 100% of the female wins in the house. She's 100% of the female wins in the house. So, that's also a fact.
Perfect time for hide and go veto.
There's a couple things though.
By the way, Kylie, I only know who the HOH is, so you completely spoiled things for me. Thank you.
Well, Sheldon, that's not my problem.
It is though. We're here together. So
we didn't even hit the spoiler music yet.
We hadn't even hit the spoilers. We're not ready for that, Kylie. Come on. Anyway,
Jared didn't even leave yet.
Yeah. One of the
Jared left. What?
Well, Kylie derailed the story saying she needed Mimi to do something. This was so this where we're at though. There's a couple things I want to talk about. That's a big deal. We see Cameron after he wins the competition to decide on the competition. He starts talking to Jag and Matt, and he realizes that if he gets the only people that have won competitions together outside of Corey, and Felicia, we can run the rest of this thing on down, a la the Cody Alliance from 22.
No, a la the Brigade, who Matt doesn't know because he wasn't alive.
right. But more so, I was thinking more so of the commandeer. What was it called?
The committee.
The committee. More like the committee, because they all won comps, and it was cool. We get together, we can win comps, we can control the competitions. And I have to say, this is a good idea for Jag and Matt. It's a good idea for Cameron too. If you obviously Cameron doesn't have anything, so having anything is better for Cameron. Yeah. But this is really good for Matt and Jag because their biggest threat to comp wins is Cameron.
Yeah.
And so let Cameron keep being the one that's going to get targeted by the other people. And we know that we can pull a comp out. And we still know we got to get rid of Cameron eventually. But we could keep him to take out these others that we're working with. Which I thought was a good move.
Well,
Sheldon, what did you think?
Well, I think it's 100% genius. Alternatively, somebody else takes out Cameron for them, and they never have to get blood on their hands anyway, right? Now, I've loved watching the evolution of Matt. We even saw that scene in this episode where he saw Corey talking to who was he talking to? Corey was talking to Felicia and covering his mouth, and Corey's like, "Wow!" And Matt was like, "Well, anytime somebody's covering their mouth, that means they don't want me to read their lips, right?" So the evolution of Matt into a strategic player, and him even saying, "I don't know who the committee is, or I don't know who the brigade is, but I like this." So yeah, we're gonna.
Well, even better, I love the fact that Cameron's like, this is like the brigade where Brittany Haynes thought she was in, but she wasn't in. It was the 4 boys and then the 1 girl, and the blue is the 1 girl on this 3-person thing. And Matt's like, good thing I got this 2-person thing too with Jag, even deeper in this thing.
Plan. I love it.
I love it. Thanks for being our clerk.
Let's just think about how Matt is set up. Matt Scott Cameron has a final 2 with Jag, and I think Matt destroys Jag in the final 2, by the way. But you also have Cameron.
Jag has already been voted out the house.
Cirie that is not going to let any of the, what are they called? The sugar mamas? The sugar babes. The brown sugar, the sugar mamas, the brown sugar, he's
I like
covered.
Sugar mamas better.
I like sugar mamas a lot better. Cirie was definitely a sugar mama. But he's fully covered. Nobody's going after Matt, and they should all be going after Matt because he's a big threat.
But I don't think they go after Matt until Jag and Cameron's gone. Then you're like, wait a minute.
And then at that point, Matt's going to win every competition. They're not going to be able to beat him. Like, time is really, really ticking to get 3 strong male competitors out of the house. Like, I mean, at this point in time, last season on BB Can, we see
Ty ball game.
Yeah, we see Ty up there absolutely at this point in time, never lose another competition.
Yeah.
Well, one or the other. Veto.
The hard part also is that we got them out the house. That's the hard part for them.
2 of them.
We voted out Jag unanimously.
We got 2 of them out.
We voted out Cameron unanimously. And they are now bonding over the fact that they've been voted out unanimously. I do wonder, though. This is one question I do have for each of you. I want to ask individually. If Jag or Cameron are in the end, can they beat anyone but each other?
I think Cameron has to win if he's in the end. To have gone through the game by himself, basically, for most of it, and been the target from the beginning, I don't know how they don't award it to Cameron.
I don't know. I think I think Jag is actually drawing dead. I think even if he was sitting next to Felicia, he'd be.
I don't know.
Maybe Bowie, because Bowie, like, similar to Cameron, is kind of been playing by herself. So maybe Jag beats her just because he has friends in the jury, but, like, I don't know who Jag beats.
Yeah, I think I agree with all of that. I think that Cameron has a shot to win almost no matter who he sits up against who, because, like, his record is like week 1, survived eviction, week 2, HOH, week 3, won the veto to take himself off the block. Week 4, he won HOH. Like, every single week he has either been nominated, 1 week evicted, or won HOH up to through 8 weeks of the game. And, I think that there's a story there. Like, me personally, whenever I think about the game, like, I don't love the twist, but that is an aspect of the game. And so I think if I'm a juror and I'm voting on it, if I'm on Big Brother, I'm on Survivor, like, I don't have necessarily a problem with Chris winning EOE because that is the mechanics of this game. And so.
Well, look, and we saw it with Ty. Like, we saw it with Ty. We can. Like,
and I mean, if Cameron or Jag win and they had been evicted previously, well, that's just the twist of the game.
I would be more okay voting for Cam to win over Jag if I'm a voter, because Cam at least won a battle back of sorts. Jag didn't. Jag didn't do anything to get back in the house.
No, like, saved by Matt.
Ultimately,
and that's why Matt.
Ultimately,
if Jag is sitting next to Matt at the end, Matt says, "I saved you."
Yeah. I don't think Jag. I think you're right. I think Jag's drawing dead because I don't know that there's any. If I'm a voter, if I'm in the jury, I cannot vote for Jag because you were evicted.
Well, let me ask a question then. Could you, on Survivor, vote for someone that was saved by an immunity idol? Because it's no different.
Yes, because you have to get the idol yourself.
Because the idol is
it can be played for you.
Yeah,
just
the reason
like this was a twist of the game, like an immunity idol that saved Jag.
Yeah, but I can answer your question.
But the thing is Jag was saved after the fact versus with the idol in Survivor, you made those connections to get someone to save you, to get them to play that idol on you, or you found that idol yourself and you preemptively saved yourself. Because the other thing about the idol is it's
Matt
about
didn't
timing.
stand up and make that decision once they read the votes. Matt had made the decision the day before.
But that's the difference, though, as CJ's hitting on, is that with an immunity idol, you have to have read it, or the person that you're with has to have read that the votes are going to be for you. You cannot. I would not vote for someone that uses a super idol after you've been evicted, and then, or after you've been voted out, and then an idol was played for you. Because and that's what happened here.
Because if you're talking about the logistics of it, when they asked Matt to quote unquote tape his goodbye messages, they probably went in and said, if it's Jag, do you want to use it?
That's
yes.
exactly how it went.
If it's
That's
Cameron's
exactly
going to use it, do you want to use it?
Well,
no.
And let's take it one step further. If it's Jag and Matt at the end, not only does Matt say I saved Jag, Matt said I was willing to, if I would have ended up being on the block the week after, that I would no longer have that power to actually save myself. So he potentially put himself in danger.
I think Matt beats Jag regardless, but
Yeah.
I think
Matt beats everybody. So
but I don't. Yeah, I think at this point Matt beats
much of
everyone.
an argument.
But I don't think for anyone, like even if Bowie Jane is sitting next to Jag, I vote for Bowie Jane because she never.
No.
I'm voting for Bowie Jane because she was never eliminated from the house. I vote for Cameron over Bowie Jane though. I want to make sure that's clear because Cameron did win a battle back. He which is a known part of this game going back.
But at least we know, Kevin, that Jag has been at least attempting to play the game. Like he's been in alliances.
But you went home. Things. You were done. You were out. You were evicted. That's for me.
To me, like I said, if I'm on the jury, this is a game mechanic. Like they put it in and it was used on Jag, whether that was any of Jag's doing or not. Well, it was played on him and he's here. And so, that's just not going to have an effect for me one way or another.
But he didn't save himself. And that's the thing is Cameron saved himself. Jag did not.
So like me and CJ would not be voting for Jag. Sheldon, would you vote for Jag if you're a voter?
Against Bowie Jane? Absolutely. I can't vote for Bowie Jane. I can't.
Okay. And that's fair. I would vote for Bowie Jane.
If you made me vote between those two right now, I would vote for Bowie because Jag got saved.
And how about what BB asks? Jag versus Blue.
I think the reason I went with Bowie Jane because I feel like Bowie Jane, as we talked about in Survivor on our Survivor show a little while ago, my rankings, Bowie Jane's at the bottom. So if Bowie Jane's at the bottom, Jag. I think Blue beats Jag regardless.
I think Blue beats Jag too.
What a sad season this would be.
I think Blue beats Jag regardless, but like that's why I have Bowie Jane at the bottom. But I think I have Jag below that, and I don't think there's any way Jag can, if you will, recover because to me he was already voted out.
What if Jag votes out Matt? It is fully responsible for Matt leaving.
That's a resume builder. Then I'd reconsider.
I think we're just talking about at this point in time right now.
Yeah,
like
today.
I mean,
I don't think
we're not accounting
time right now unless Jag, Blue,
Sheldon. If Bowie Jane shows up on that night and drops her accent and tells me that this has all been an act, she's actually from Biloxi, Mississippi, and she has been performing this whole time. This has all been performative, and she actually, and then we flash back to things she had done that I didn't even see. Obviously, I don't know what could happen, but it's
like we keep touching on Survivor, but like this might end up being like a Gabler win where you have people sitting there at the end and you're like, well, what did you do? Well, I did this at 10. Well, that's more than the other two people did.
Kylie knows how much I love a Gabler win.
And I mean, like, that's what, if you're talking about Jag versus Bowie, that's kind of where we're at. If that happens to be the final two.
So getting into, I want to talk more about this. Let's wrap up the episode because there's not really much in the episode. So the episode ends with Cameron.
Excuse me. Hold on. America hid under Corey.
Yes,
they had swimsuits on.
Before we get into that, Sheldon, let's wrap this. Let's wrap up the meat of the episode because I want to talk about AmeriCorey too. So, the episode ends with Cameron having the option to play in this competition. It's one of those classic competitions where you have to do like the
Frankie Grande comp.
A Frankie Grande comp, the snake comp in Survivor. You got to use the levers, pull up the ball, and you got to put it in the hand of the zombie this time. You had 3 minutes to complete it. Yes.
Why are we not putting an eyeball in the zombie's face?
That seems too on the nose. You're right. That's what he should have done. That was a miss. Well, it's because you got to go to the side. Have the zombie be leaning over or something. I'm with you. But
let him hold his whole ass head in his hand.
Yeah. There you go.
Excuse me, it's the same piece of work. They just painted over the.
I don't know why it was so easy. Like, why did they give him so much real estate of the body? Yeah. Like, I thought there should have been like like
jagged
snake,
pieces of the clothes missing. Like
yeah, something like that. He had to maneuver,
make it
but he did.
precarious.
Yeah, they did not. Cameron gets it. Jared is officially out. Jared comes out of the house, and he gives Blue a long hug, kiss. Cirie holds the door. Jared goes out there. Julie asks him why didn't he tell Cirie that he told Blue, and this was my burning question. As to this seemed very obvious.
Yeah,
and he said that he didn't want her to be worried about Blue knowing, and that he would think that it would be worse if he was still in the house.
It would be worse because his mama would have whooped his ass on television.
I didn't understand.
Made him pick his own belt too.
Yeah,
I pick a belt so I can whoop you.
You go outside and you pick a piece off that hammock. I'm fixing to use this like a switch.
Sure. Here's some music picture.
Beat you.
I just didn't understand it because she by her not knowing, especially on your way out, like you know this competition's about to happen. So before lockdown, why are you not saying, hey, so just so you know, in case Cameron loses this comp, Blue knows that you're my mom.
Yeah.
She has known for a while, but just so you know. In Jared's recollection, as I've seen in some exit press today, he thinks that he told Blue after Izzy was gone. Izzy left 2 weeks ago. Blue is known for over a month.
Yeah.
I don't know where his math is. The math ain't mapping, but that's what this man thinks happened. At least so he said to, I believe it was Sharon or Taylor. I don't know why.
I know
Explain.
why.
Go ahead.
He's a dumbass.
Easy answer. Easy answer.
Good answer.
I think I like he kind of said it. He just trusts Blue. Like I think it's as simple as that. He trusts Blue.
And I'm not even talking about that, Sheldon. You're
Yeah.
right. He does trust Blue. Why do you not inform Cirie, not even earlier, but like now that it looks like it's over for you? The numbers are.
Please see Kylie's original comment.
Well, then also, because then Julie asked him, so who does Cirie have in there? And he says, well, I hope just Blue and that's it. How would she know she has Blue if you didn't tell her the piece that you know bonded you guys to Izzy?
But this is the thing that we talked about on Monday. Cirie needs to tell people because that's the only way she's going to be able to curry favor and regain trust because she's been acting like a wild woman and they're trying to clean up Jared's messes.
I don't think she tells him now because I think at this point it's too far gone. You don't tell him. I mean, it sucks.
You don't think so?
No.
I think she should because people know she's a better player than what she's shown.
Do they?
So you don't think she should tell Felicia and Mimi? I think she should tell Felicia and Mimi. For sure.
And Felicia's gonna tell the whole house before Cirie even gets it all the way out of her mouth.
The reason you tell Felicia and Mimi is because you need to explain what happened with that vote for Felicia.
Yeah.
And this explains everything as to why it happened the way it did.
I don't think it's the right move. And we've seen Cirie, and if Jared hadn't been there this week and she was still having to, like baby him while he's crying and still dealing with some of his shit, like we've gotten to see Cirie make incredible inroads in the last week.
She's fixed every relationship.
Right. And
no
that
one
is
is
still because I want to hear this.
Yeah, okay.
Still dealing with him.
So lastly,
wait, hold on. Wait, I got one more thing I want to say about Jared's little exit interview.
Yeah.
And Julie asks him something like, how do you think she's going to do? And he's like, I'm worried about her. I'm like, baby, do you know who your mother is?
Right?
Like, give her some respect. Put some respect on her name.
I just think it's funny that he's like, I'm worried about her. Meanwhile, Cirie's like shedding this 50-pound vest because he walked out the door like, I can fly now.
Yeah.
More like 200-pound vest. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to be here, but since I'm here, let me go ahead and try to win this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm like, if anything, I would have been like, oh, I hate that I can't be in there with her, but do you know who my mom is? Like, she is going to be okay. She is going to win this. Like, instill some confidence in your mother.
Yeah.
He couldn't even do that, right? Okay.
Well, he didn't think his mother was a person for a few years, until a few years back. So come on.
It's funny watching this because I would 100% understand why Cirie coasted through the traders, because everyone inherently trusts her.
Yeah.
You
She's
can't
just amazing.
You can't help but not, because she's really good at what she does.
Right.
Which is why, as this has been an anti-Cirie podcast from the three of you for
That's not true
months,
at
and
all.
I have
Don't
been
put
here
that crap out there.
dying
That's not
on this
true.
hill alone. This is a man by
No.
himself leading the charge.
Look, what have I said? I've been saying since day one, I just want her to face some adversity. She's
Thank
now
you,
faced
CJ. That's all
adversity.
I've said too. I hope she wins
said-
now. Great. Go for it.
Now
now
show what you can do without your top
CJ,
lieutenants.
what do you mean you hope she was facing some adversity? Jared was her adversity.
She was controlling the house.
her
with that
largest
idiot.
ops. Her largest ops was Jared.
The
Yes.
things that came out of her body were biggest obstacle.
I think that now I'm just excited to see how the rest of the game plays out. Like, I've gotten to see Cirie, like, she has been knocked down, 2 big pegs, not like ego wise, because she doesn't have an ego, but I mean, like, game wise, losing Cirie, losing Izzy and Jared back to back are 2 big blows for her. And I'm excited to see how the rest of it plays out. And I would love to see Cirie win if she's able to, navigate the rest of the game and end up winning. I'm going to love that. If AmeriCorey ends up winning, I'm going to love that. Or if Matt wins.
Speaking of AmeriCorey, how about that scene in the shower? AmeriCorey, it's coming to my boy Corey's birthday, turning 22 on this fine September 29th.
I am disappointed that Kylie ruined things for me, because I'm sad that they were wearing bathing suits.
Well, you saw that America had one on when she got in the shower. What I want to know is, rather than ducking down, why not just move back to the other shower and act like you just got in? You were turning on the water.
Are they connected?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
there's
shower
a curtain
curtain in
between.
I think slide to the other. I think it was CJ. It was 100% in the moment of someone walking in, and the first thought she had was to duck down.
Because she's done it.
Worst
So
thing you
funny.
could do.
Because she
And
did
then
it.
Lori going, oh, I think she's in the bathroom? Nah, man. She's in the other shower. We don't see her. Well, I don't know what
No,
she's
not
doing
the other shower. She's in the bathroom. He said she was in the bathroom, and Jack checks.
Well, look, he didn't say that. He said, last time I checked, she was in the bathroom. Why are you checking? You just said she's in the bathroom taking a poop.
Sheldon, this is all in the moment for everybody.
Don't
Okay,
yuck his yum. That's
Well,
his
nobody-
birthday.
nobody
I
was ready
hope-
for this.
I must say, rated R time, I hope that she wasn't just hiding down there. That's all I'm saying.
She was 100% just hiding down there because he was.
I hope not.
Did you not see that man's face? He was terrified. He was embarrassed.
Maybe that's
He
why
did not know what to do with things.
Mama Wartenberger is watching.
And
But by far the best thing is Felicia and Jag running out of there, and Felicia's dragging her whole ass microphone behind her.
At least she didn't drop that mic pack in the water.
and
There's any more Wurtenbergers out there?
yeah, there's Zach Wartenberger. They have a sister.
Oh, the sister. What show? She's going to be on The Traders? What show is she going to be on?
The Amazing Race.
Okay, let's go. Mrs.
The Wartenberger trifecta.
Okay, let's go to for spoilers. I want to hear.
So that is the episode. We will be back on Monday to talk about everything that happened over the weekend that we don't know. Also, if you subscribe, 250 subscribers, we will be giving away a golden Power of Veto. So hit that subscribe button if you made it this far. Thank you for joining us. You can find me at KG Fury. You can find CJ at Keyboard Sarcasm. You can find Kylie at the reality_TK. Sheldon is at Fan for the Fan Reality. That's where Sheldon's at. So you can find all of us at all of these places.
I'm not there.
Now it is time to get the spoilers.
I'm not out there. I'm not there.
It's time to get the spoilers.
I'm still not there.
Oh, BB wants to know there's no comments for Jared's tears. Jared cried.
It was nice.
Here's what? Jared's
Jared's
tears.
tears. It was nice. It was nice. He loves his mama, like Sheldon said at the beginning of the show.
That's his
That's-
only redeeming quality.
Those tears is why show only people love him, and people watching the feeds don't.
No, shows people don't like him either. And the reason they don't like him is because Cirie is a vile person, and so is Jared. And they had all the things in the world, and Cameron is our Lord and Savior, and we love Cameron, and he's had a raw deal. This is literally what Facebook says. I fight people every day on Facebook about Cirie. Every day.
How has Cameron had a raw deal? He
just wants to win competitions, and he loves Riley so much, and he just wants to play hard in the games. And also, sweet baby Matt is just a sweet baby, and we should be loving him.
You should stop spending time on Facebook.
Oh, I love it. This is where
Talk
I fight
to me
people.
instead. It's more fun.
This is where I like to fight.
And
people.
one more thing, also before we talk about spoilers, an update on the draft. One person.
Draft update. One person's completely out the draft.
Why are you bringing up old shit? This is all that motherfucker Luke's fault for walking out the door on his own, popping
Sorry,
off.
Mr. CJ, you've lost your team.
Not even one jury member.
Dang, CJ, couldn't even pick a jury member. Man,
I lost half of my team the first week.
You couldn't even pick a jury member, CJ.
What happened? Half your team the first week, literally the first week.
For the jury,
the
jury list, we all said that we thought Jared would make the jury. He did not.
So hold on. More importantly, who do I have left?
Everybody.
No.
Run through it, Kylie.
Yeah, okay, Sheldon has Cameron, America, Bowie, and Felicia.
Felicia's
Kevin has
gonna win.
Corey, Blue, and Matt. And Kylie has Mimi and Jag, the two losers. Womp
So
womp.
it's either me or Kevin. Okay, I like it.
So thank you for joining us. It's time to get to spoilers.
Let's go.
Spoilers. Getting like 15 seconds. Lastly, we did hear that Corey gets to play in the HOH competition. So we will talk about that now. Spoilers music. Shantae's not here. Spoilers. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so
man, I thought they'd never leave.
There we go. So as we know, Corey gets to play in the HOH competition. The HOH competition sounded like it was a puzzle, and they had to go grab pieces, put it together. Person that came in third was Jag. Person that came in second was Matt, and the winner of the competition was, in fact, Cameron.
Shocking.
This is the best thing that can happen. Come on.
This is where they were talking about, though. Like, that's when Terry was talking about the comps, right? It's not just a puzzle. It's the fact that they run, grab pieces, run back, put them together. When you add a physical component, it lends itself to men basically winning. And so,
why can't the 60-year-old women beat the Olympian? I don't know.
Right, Kylie? That's what I want to know. Why cannot the 60-year-old lady run faster and jump higher?
Because it wasn't water aerobics. That's why.
This not just an Olympian. This Olympian in swimming. So he's burning 3,000 to 5,000 calories a day just for standing still. It's ridiculous.
It's totally fair.
It's Cameron to once again be HOH.
But hold on, Kylie, what's the solution? Like really?
The solution is to do more. It is the same problem that Survivor has. So, like I have railed for the last 4 Survivor seasons.
Survivor does this better than Big Brother.
Does it better, but I have railed about the Survivor pre-merge challenges that you have to have somebody. You can't get rid of your strength or you're going to lose every challenge.
Before you know it, Kylie's going to teach DEI classes. Let's go.
Yes. And so
I need to put her pronouns in there.
I love it.
I need to add them to my name tag.
I love it because Kylie, so those that don't know, one Survivor episode, she made it very clear that she is not a feminist. But I do love the fact that multiple times a season, Kylie mentions how this is unfair for women.
I mean, but it is like
100%. 100%.
100%. Because I agree with you, Kylie. 100%.
We all agree with you.
And my wife always argues women can do the exact same thing as men. I'm like, well, look at the track record because the men are mopping up every time, and they need to figure out a way to make it more fair.
But also like talk about diversity in casting. I'm sorry, Kevin, CJ, or me go on Big Brother. We're gonna do just as good as Felicia does against Matt.
Yes,
yes, that's the truth.
But not in a hearing competition.
I mean, let's look at this. The double eviction, right? The double eviction. The
Hold
moment.
on, wait. Before we get there, I want to know, Sheldon, if there was a Final Four competition between Felicia and y'all three, who's gonna win?
What is it?
BB Comics.
Oh, Felicia. Felicia wins.
BB Comics. We're all gonna have terrible times.
I can't go across once. I can't go into it.
We're all gonna have terrible
It's
times.
horrible.
It's not
crazy.
I'll break my back falling.
All four of us
by
are
default,
timing out.
Felicia wins.
All four of us are timing out. It's gonna be.
They're gonna be like,
Felicia
look,
won't
look.
go down the
First
thing
person
because
that
she's
gets
like, these
one
boys gotta
right.
break their asses.
They're gonna say none of y'all got it right in time, but CJ had 7 of the 16 because he went by one time and couldn't go back again.
And he just guessed.
Hey, it's not the hanging on BB Comics that I'd have trouble with. It's going up that ladder every time.
We got our very own Brandon.
So the oh man, that's a good one. So with the disparity, you're right. The disparity. You said, how can you fix this? Do a puzzle competition, but have everyone run to the puzzle and then put it together in its place. It's the running, like we saw in the double eviction, both this season. The one that stands out is this season's double eviction veto, and the one with X that he won in his double eviction with Alyssa. It was the fact that in this one, the moment the comp was done, was opened up, I said, there's no way Matt or Jared or Jag don't win this. Because you're running, you got to jump over the thing, jump into the ball pit, find the thing, jump back over the thing. All of that movement immediately eliminates some people.
And I mean, it's fine to have some competitions like that. It's great if you have some competitions where if you are, a little more physically capable, that you are going to have a leg up. But then, like, in the individual portion of Survivor, they do good. Like, okay, let's also do some that are dexterity. Let's do some that are balance. Let's do some that are endurance. Let's do some that are, like,
I think
not do some that are luck based, but like have a competition like the pressure cooker. How much do you want it?
The pressure cooker, fantastic comp.
Yeah,
right. Yep. Fantastic comp.
It's literally just how long can you stand here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You need comps
why
like
don't
that.
we have some more bugs for them to eat?
You know what?
I think the only way I win BB Comics is if they put a harness on me and like they hold me up and like I don't know.
I have been saying it for years that I want to see some like throwbacks to the real BB All-Stars where they did the competition, like where they had to lay in the grave and they had to like, put like, how much of the prize money are you willing to give up? And, how many days will you go on slop? We saw Chicken George, y'all. I mean, he's not even a real player. And we saw him go on slop for 7 months. Like he's still
not
slop.
A real player. He's one of the All-Stars.
The chicken wire
season. Let me rephrase.
The chicken wire comp, fantastic comp, right? Yeah. It doesn't take you being physically fit or anything like that.
It's dexterity.
Yeah. It's dexterity. Like you said, have one where you have to like be in like I do like the I wish the dark room comp wasn't so physical, right? Because being in that dark room and just the fear of that can get you. And have something like that. Like have things where it makes it more equitable outside of physical.
Comp. We don't get it. And Shannon Elizabeth broke it. I mean, why are we going to let, some brainiac celebrity ruin one of the best competitions? Why don't we have hide and go veto? We haven't had it in several seasons.
These are all comps that are making.
And you know what? I'm gonna storm the gates if they don't do fucking hide and go veto this week.
So these are
we should better have a chance to win.
We're not even there yet, Kylie.
I've already said it.
Wait, what? Felicia's on the block?
So, Cameron is the HOH. Cameron's the HOH. Unlike last HOH though. Cameron does take in consultation. He sits with Matt and Jag, the Fugitives. By the way, that's the name of their alliance, the Fugitives.
Everybody wants them, dead or alive.
Yeah. So
I
the
love that name.
Fugitives.
It's fun.
It's the Matt, Jag, and Cameron, and then they have Blue on the side. They decide that they're going to put together a hit list. Would you like to know who's on their hit list, Sheldon?
Everyone not of those four?
They have an order.
Wrong.
They have an order.
Wrong, CJ.
The first on their hit list is Felicia. Felicia is going to be going on the block. Second on their hit list is Mimi. Mimi is going to be going on the block.
And third on their hit list is Blue.
Yeah. They have Mimi.
Why Blue?
Why?
Then they have
Why?
Corey.
Because
Then they have
Blue
America.
finished fourth in that
Hold on,
HOH
hold on. Stop. Why Blue?
Blue finished
Why
fourth in that
Blue? Why
competition.
Blue?
Kylie's telling you.
But
Because
Blue's
she finished-
working with them.
Yes.
So now we're going to take
No.
Blue out and we're going to
Yes.
replace her.
We're going to take out Blue and we're going to replace her with America.
No,
Because-
Bowie Jane.
Bowie Jane, baby. Bowie Jane or Cirie. Either one. They want Bowie Jane though first. And this is the plan. This is the hit list. And this is the order they need them to go in. First, Felicia. Then Mimi. Then Blue. Then Corey. Then America. Then Cirie. Then Bowie Jane. That leaves the three
Then
of
three.
them. 10. And then may the best man win. That's the plan, according to Cameron, as they're talking about it. And I say according to Cameron because even Jag and Matt are sitting there like, great plan, but are we sure not Corey right now?
Right? Is the
No,
plan to
I think they
backdoor
were.
Corey?
I think they backed off of like it being Corey this week, but they're like, "Are we sure not Corey next week?"
Well, no. Well, they asked first, and he's like, right after Felicia. He's like, right after Felicia. So Felicia, then Corey, right?
Is this
No,
about
I
Corey
think it's
not?
Felicia, Mimi, Blue, Corey.
Is this
No,
about
no.
not wanting to spend the jury time with Felicia? Is that what this is?
They
So,
don't think
Not
Cameron.
they. Cameron. Cameron does
I
not think-
edited.
Cameron
Cameron
does
does not think Felicia would be a good juror. She would not be. He thinks she would be bitter, and she would not vote for a person like him.
She might
Probably
be. He might
correct.
be right.
I mean,
And I mean, he
it's
is right.
proper
And
jury management.
well, he is right that I don't think Felicia does vote for him in most scenarios. However, that is also extremely smart of him. Like, why do you not get rid of somebody that is not going to give you a jury vote? Like, that's really good gameplay.
Yeah.
Listen, Cameron's making a good move there for
Mhm.
that reason. He does talk to Felicia today.
She leaves.
He talks to Felicia today. He says that Felicia, you have some influence. She's like, I do not have the most influence in this house. Cirie does. And we need to be looking at that. Because one thing that happened this week, Felicia was like, who is next up? And they're like, we're thinking maybe Cameron and Corey and America. They're just giving her different names. And she's like, what happened to everyone being after Cirie? What happened to that?
Y'all remember that?
Nobody remember that. How did Cirie? How come no? And then I think Matt told her, yeah, nobody's looking at Cirie no more. And she's like, how did that happen? Why are we not looking at Cirie? Now, mind you, Felicia is working with Cirie, but she knows that Cirie need to be in front of her, or else it's her. She's aware of that. So whenever everybody's giving her other names that are not Cirie, she's like, where? Cirie's my meat shield.
So what does that mean? So if Felicia goes off the block, or Mimi goes off the block this week, Blue's going up, or sorry, Bowie Jane's going up, Cirie's going up.
No, Bowie Jane's not going up. Cirie's not going up. Blue's going up.
It may be Blue. It may be Corey.
Yeah, I think it'd be Blue.
It would be Corey.
Okay, but if it's Corey's going home.
100%. That's why it would be Corey.
Right? So they better somebody win that veto.
Really. No, Sheldon. No one's using the veto unless Felicia wins the veto herself.
But that's nuts.
How?
they need to get rid of Corey. I don't understand why they're keeping Corey around when Felicia can't win a competition, Cirie can't win a competition.
Felicia has won as many HOHs as Corey.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though,
The
Sheldon.
likelihood of that happening again is very
Like I just said, for Jared's game, it's extremely smart to get out Felicia.
Jared's game.
Cameron.
My bad, Cameron, whatever.
For the person that
100%,
didn't want to
I
talk about Jared, you brought up Jared.
I get that.
They're
I'm
not
thinking
that
about
different.
this from a Matt and Jag perspective. Like I don't see that as their best move at all. Corey is their biggest competition.
Bean says Cirie would not use the veto on Felicia. As of this moment, she would not, because she does not want to put herself back. She has just worked her way back into a good position with literally everyone. She's been having fantastic individual conversations with people. There's a time when on the feeds where Cirie talks to America and she says, "I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're in this house." You cut away. When they cut back to the feeds, they're hugging and she's thanking America for being here
And she's crying.
and for being here, and she's crying. And then America goes and talks to Corey and says, "I feel real good about Cirie. I don't know why we were like looking about working with Cirie
And
before."
Corey's like, well, look, here's the thing is Cirie's an extremely loyal player. I mean, she did that one time convince this guy to give up his immunity necklace, and then she voted him out. But she's not a traitor.
America's like, "Tell me more about that." She explains it, and America's like, "She's a badass." Like,
and Corey's like, "Yeah, but she's not a traitor." She's literally a traitor.
Yeah, but it was a move. That move made her even, and then Corey's like, "We'll watch that season, especially when we get out of here. We'll make sure we watch that season." It has endeared Cirie to America. She had a conversation with Corey, and she's like, "Corey, what's the let's just be frank. Let's just cut to it. Let's cut the bullshit. What's up with you and America? Y'all gonna be Brencher when y'all get out of here? What's the plan?" And he's like, "I don't know. We're in different spots." They talk about his relationship, giving it time. They talk about that. He leaves the conversation. America says to him, "What'd you talk about?" He's like, "We didn't talk any game at all. It was just personal stuff." And I felt really good about Cirie. These are the things that she can do without Jared. Blue has pledged her complete allegiance to Cirie and making sure Cirie gets as far as she can in this game.
Did she call her mama-in-law?
No, she was talking to the cameras, and she was talking to Jared. She was speaking out to Jared on the cameras, and she said, I'm sad you're gone, yada yada yada. I miss our time messing around, but I vowed I'm gonna make sure she gets as far as she can. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure she gets as far as she can."
Craziness.
She's endeared. Mimi says in her exit interview to Jared, "I can't believe they turned. My biggest regret is letting them turn me against y'all."
Yep.
Like Cirie has done a great job turning all these people back around, and everyone's feeling good about Cirie. So Cirie using the veto doesn't make sense unless they're all cool with it. She's cool with Cameron too. She's cool with Cameron also.
Cameron listed her next to last.
Yes, that's Cameron's hit list that I just went over. He has Bowie Jane last, and then Cirie right before that. Everyone comes before. The fact that three of them talked, the fugitives had a meeting, and during their meeting, they're like, we feel the best. The three of them in agreement feel the best about Bowie Jane and Cirie.
That's crazy.
I don't get
they
it.
want to
It's
take
nuts.
out Blue. Because Blue is
crazy,
an additional weapon against Cameron.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild, but Cirie has gotten there. Now, Bean says Blue would not use the veto on Felicia. Unless Blue can guarantee that Corey's going up, she's not going to use it either.
No.
You know what I think? I think if Cameron is like, "I don't want you to use the veto, Blue," and Blue uses the veto, he's going to put Cirie up out of spite.
I don't know that he knows.
I bet he would.
I don't know that people know that she's as close to Cirie as she is.
No, I don't even know I don't think it necessarily has to be for that. But I mean, Cameron knows because like Blue was extremely close to Jared. Jared was extremely close to Cirie. Like it's not, hard to make
Connect
that
the
leap.
dots.
And Cameron is such a D-bag that, I think
And
if
even if
Blue
Cirie
was
goes up,
not
Cirie doesn't go
his
home. Mimi
daughter-
goes home in that situation.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Mimi goes home in that situation.
So Mimi goes home after not doing anything for 60% of the game? That's weird.
Cirie's done a good job re-ingratiating herself.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure of that
I
scenario.
think he puts up Corey. I think he begrudgingly puts up Corey because then
No, I mean, like, if there is some crazy world where Cirie ends up on the block next to Mimi, I think Corey is smart enough about Survivor and knowing what she did on Traitors that he's like, we have to make this move. She has to go. It doesn't matter
one thing.
Yeah.
That was
if
one
he
thing.
feels good about her or not.
He's like, I consider Cody a top 3 Big Brother player, and you wiped the floor with his ass.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I didn't wipe the floor with his ass. But
then also, why is Cody a top 3 Big Brother player? That's wild.
Because Big Brother is older than Corey, so he hasn't seen every season.
I'll give you
he hasn't
top
ever seen every
25.
season. I mean, he won a season and he came in second in
Right.
another. I don't know
said
that we
top
could.
25. That's really good. There's been a lot of people who have played Big Brother.
Yeah, but Derek had to train him.
That either way, it doesn't matter. I mean,
I think he's a very good Big Brother player. He is not top 3. That's
Especially not with that season of All Stars. Like,
hey, if you only want the players that you got, dog. Nothing you can do about that.
100%, but not top 3. Maybe top 10.
So currently on the block, Felicia and Mimi are on the block. With Felicia being the target to go home. Oh, Kylie, did you just hear this for the first time now? Even though you said it 10 minutes into the show. What do you know? Oh man!
By the way, Renee is a local celebrity at my friend's daughter's gymnastics class.
Oh really?
All the parents fawn over her every time she teaches their students.
She's great. I love her.
So, tomorrow we're gonna see the veto be played. On Monday, I will have the results of that. BB wants us to know: can we each pick a season winner as of right now?
BB, and who do you pick? I'd love to
BB, make sure you write in the chat who you pick. Also, if you're in the chat, tell me who you think's winning the game. Sheldon, starting with you, who's the winner of this season?
Matt.
Kylie.
Matt.
CJ.
Matt.
I am not going to stop until she goes home. My vote is for Cirie.
We all know that even if she goes home, she'll be back somehow. So she's not going home.
I don't think she would, because they're going to tell her, do you want to go? She's like, if it's Edge of Extinction, I'm not going. So I think that is
if Cirie were to somehow end up on the block on eviction night, I would not be shocked if she pulled out a hidden immunity idol.
I have Cirie winning still, but Matt is the close.
But for real, who's your winner pick?
That's a close second. I think Matt versus Cirie. I think Matt wins. I don't know that Matt gets there. I think something has to. It's gonna be a. I mean, they took Cameron out, right? They did take Cameron out at one point or another. It's gonna have to be something that is some luck right there.
It's going to be really, really. I think that there is no scenario where we do not see Matt, Cameron, or Jag in one of the final 2 positions. I think
well,
at
it's
this
going to
point
be like there's going to be a fun competition called. It's going to be a competition called Name That Tune. And that's where we get Matt.
Sheldon.
That was so below the belt.
Sheldon.
Matt did not hear that coming.
This is why
that was not below the belt against Matt. That was below the belt against Big Brother.
Oh man, it's gonna be an interesting. Jackie has Matt as the winner. B Bean has the final 3 being McCall, Bowie, and Corey.
Well, that's a
So we
full
shall
story
see
win.
where it goes. BB's a big McCole fan, unlike Kylie. So
I want to be a Mimi fan.
I know you just want her to do something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I drafted her ass in my paid for draft. Like, come on, Mimi. Do
by
something.
the way, paid for draft. I've risen in the ranks. I'm in like 10th. It's been great. I was in the doldrums. I was down in the 40s hanging out. And then big week from Jared, big week from Corey, big week from America. It's got me where I need to be.
Big week for
One of
Bowie.
my
She hasn't
friends
been on
today-
camera in like 3 weeks.
Correct.
One of my friends was like, I cracked the 20s.
More
Oh.
importantly, why is Bowie Jane still in this house?
Because no one has any reason to take her out, Sheldon.
Why would
Every
you
time I
vote
see
her out?
her on screen, I'm like, oh yeah, she's here.
Yeah, that's the best. Like,
Yeah.
she reminds me of Johnny Mac, man. Johnny Mac went to sleep. I thought we'd have seen Johnny Mac back by now.
Johnny Mac was so entertaining.
He was
High
funny.
pitched voice.
But he wasn't playing.
Huh?
He was funny, but he wasn't playing.
Well, I mean,
According to
he's like Jag in that aspect, but he's like, you can't compare Bowie to Johnny Mac because Johnny Mac has
Mac's-
personality.
Yeah, but he was more like Mimi.
Yeah.
Bowie is Big D 2.0. Wow, BB.
Yeah.
What do you know? That's a hot take. The
That's
hottest
not a
of
hot
takes.
tag. That's a really I co-sign.
Bowie does not sleep that much.
Hey,
She doesn't fuck up when she goes to the DR.
And she
he
just
goes
bursts
to
in
the
rooms.
Betty.
Man, Big D taking strays on the show. I don't love it. Just catching strays. Thank you for
Did
joining
Big
us.
D have to do the comic? He must have.
He did.
And
Yeah,
he
timed out.
ran and he did
Timed
it.
out.
Mhm.
Timed out. Timed
He
out.
timed out. Yeah.
Timed
Because he
out.
couldn't hold. He
We
held
only
on
saw
like the
him
first
go
couple of
across it
times.
one time, and they just replayed it a few times. But really, he went across once and was like, "This ain't for me." He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like Hannah on Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is it for the show today. Thank y'all for joining us. We will be back on Monday, the 5 p.m.ers, I think, without CJ.
Without CJ.
No.
Yeah, the 5 p.m.ers without CJ. Maybe Sheldon will fill in. Maybe Kylie will fill in. Maybe we might get Ryan out here. We'll see what we can do. We'll be filling in on Monday, talking about Big Brother and everything that happened over the weekend. And this Sunday episode coming on at 10 Eastern. So check that out. Also, we have remember the new schedule. The show comes
Tuesday.
on Tuesdays now, and then back on Thursdays. So be ready for that. Join us for that. Join us for our Survivor coverage every Thursday. And we'll be back here on Mondays and Fridays to cover Big Brother. Thank y'all for joining us. So coming to you from outside the Big Brother house. Good night.
Double entendre.